Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
No, I'm not constipated. I was just trying to replace the battery on my iPod. Unfortunately, that's next to impossible, at least easily for the average user to do. This was a question that was submitted by a community member who I believe has been watching our videos on YouTube, although I don't know if he's been to the chat room at live.pirillo.com. Gunther Furlong writes in, "Hello, Chris. Just a question and a message at the same time. Whether you could talk or discuss about iPods and changing their batteries. I can't afford to buy a new iPod, and I believe there are websites online who do sell iPod batteries. What are your opinions here? What do you suggest?" Well, first of all, if you didn't already know, yeah, you can't easily replace the battery on the iPod or iPhone yourself. Now, why Apple did this, honestly, I have no clue. It doesn't make any sense other than Apple wanting to control too much. And, some people like that about Apple, and some people like me hate that about Apple. That being said, you can replace the battery, I guess, with some kits, and I don't know if Apple is against screws. Well, they could probably make a screwless form factor, I'm sure, if they didn't want to screw with the users. Do-it-yourself /iPod. All right, so there are resources out there that these community members are certainly recommending. You can do it yourself, or you could send in your iPod. I think Apple's got a program, and there are other vendors that do have programs as well. As far as specific recommendations, well, that's, again, where I go back to the chat room, since I myself have never had the opportunity to have to exchange the battery for a new battery. And you usually know that your battery doesn't work anymore if it doesn't hold a charge, or if it doesn't hold any charge at all. So if it charges and then discharges relatively quickly, you know it's time to replace the battery. Batteries, of course, have shelf lives. They're only going to last so long. They're going to last for so many charges. Even solid state devices work this way. Let's see here. If it charges in 2 minutes, don't just do it. Community will help you. Yes, that's the hope, is the community will help. Now, if you don't see any of the resources popping through here in the chat, the one resource I would recommend is iPod Lounge, also known as iLounge.com. And this is the definitive resource for anything related to the iPod. Accessories, software, upgrades, side grades, downgrades, everything is at iLounge.com. In fact, they've got the free iPod book 3.0 that's available for download. So in case you wanted to know more about the iPod before you even had one, or maybe you do and you have one and you want to know more about the thing that you've got, this is the place to go. I can't think of any better site out there, including Apple's own site. iLounge is so much more comprehensive, largely because it's driven by fans of the entire lifestyle. I don't know what else to say about it. Of course, if anybody else has any recommendations about, either doing it yourself with a battery kit for the iPod, or specifically who you would recommend sending the iPod in, a vendor that you trust to upgrade the battery and make a better experience for the iPod, so that Gunther doesn't have to go out and buy an entirely new iPod. He only has to spend a fraction of the money to have the same iPod, just with a completely different battery that's going to work possibly better than the first one. Leave a follow-up comment, remark, suggestion. We're all for it. Or, of course, if you've got a link that you want to pass along to everybody who happens to be listening live at the time as Daybrace 1984, just links right there, live.pirillo.com. That's where we're at. So why don't you come over here? Just click the link, live.pirillo.com.